The DC Cinematic Universe seems to be going through a bit of an overhaul at the moment. There is a new Batman, there is a new Flash movie coming out, there is new directors, the whole Will They Won't They Dance with Superman is also still continuing, and a bunch of other changes happening throughout the company as well. Now DC for the last 10 years or so kind of had a bit of an interesting run. It has been filled with a few ups and downs. They started off with the Man of Steel, which in my opinion was a relatively good movie. I think most people agree that it was one of the better Superman movies. They did then follow it up with Batman vs Superman, that was unfortunately not received that well, as the entire thing kind of just felt a little bit premature for most people's liking. Now after that we got Suicide Squad, which once again most people agreed was probably not one of the better DC movies that we have seen over the years. Although I enjoyed the movie quite a bit, I think I saw it like 2 or 3 times, most of the critics and the fan base overall did not seem to enjoy the movie that much. Joker's portrayal within the movie was quite controversial, and then there were also a few other casting choices that people were not over enthusiastic about. Now they did manage to pull it back with Wonder Woman, which everybody agreed was a great movie, but then they also had the Justice League, which once again most people thought were kind of premature. Now at the time DC was just scrambling trying to get something out. Marvel was at the peak of what they were doing. The Avengers were pretty much taking over everything, and I'm sure internally with Disney they were trying their best to get everything out, but they just didn't have the time that Marvel had to properly build up a great universe, and as such the Justice League movie just kind of fell flat for the most part. They did manage to bring it back again with Aquaman and also Shazam. Both of those movies were great. Birds of Prey for some reason wasn't received that well. I thought it was a good movie, but people just really seemed to not have liked it. I don't know what the general consensus was for the movie, but for the most part people just seem to not have received the movie as well as they should have received it. Wonder Woman 1984 was another movie that people did not enjoy at all. I didn't bother to see the movie. The trailers didn't look that good to me, but based on what I saw from some online reviewers that I trust, the movie just wasn't as good as the first one, and it kind of felt like there were a few missed opportunities for it. The Zack Ryder's cut of Justice League was obviously received a lot better. I watched all 6 or 8 hours of it and I thought it was great. The remake of Suicide Squad in my opinion was also a very good movie, and although I haven't seen Black Adam yet and the critic seems to be not too enthusiastic about the movie, the reception for it from the general public has also been good. Then you also have the Joker movie, which I thought was the best movie to come out of the DC Cinematic Universe, and then also the new Batman movie, which I also thought was quite a good movie. Overall from that list, like I've said, there was a lot of ups and there was a lot of downs, but it does seem like they now want to turn things around and start making the DC Cinematic Universe a lot better to try and compete with the declining Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now the movie that has sparked the most controversy so far has to be the Flash movie. This movie has been delayed quite a few times now, and it's going to continue to be delayed until at least 2023. Now the reason for the delay I don't think I need to tell anybody. The main actor Ezra Miller has been involved in one controversy after the other. In fact, there has been so much controversy that many speculated that the movie might actually be scrapped in its entirety and that they might consider bringing in a new actor and just shooting the entire movie from scratch. Now that is obviously not going to happen, as it seems like the movie is pretty much done, but the controversy surrounding Ezra Miller has not been great for the overall movie at all. Ezra Miller's rap sheet is a mile long. They've been accused of pretty much every single crazy thing that you can imagine, and it just seems like the actor is not in a very good headspace at this moment, pretty much incapable of being the lead in such a big movie. Now one noticeable thing that the Flash is going to do is they seem to be going down the same route as Doctor Strange, opening up the possibilities of many different universes, and within the Flash movie specifically they made it clear that they are going to go through different timelines, and also with that we are going to see a bunch of different Batmans. It has been confirmed that Michael Keaton's Batman Batman will be returning to the Flash universe, as well as Ben Affleck. Now, originally it was believed that Ben Affleck was completely done with Batman, but it does now seem that for the Flash movie he is going to be once again putting on the suit. In the Flash universe, the Ben Affleck Batman is the true Batman, if you will. But it is also worth noting, obviously, that in the overall DCU, they have moved on from Ben Affleck's Batman, as Robert Pattinson has been taking over the role in the latest Batman movie. Now, this does beg the question, what is going to happen with the role? Although Ben Affleck did say that he was done playing Batman, he obviously is not, since he is going to be back in the role again in 2023, but many does now wonder where this is going to leave Robert Pattinson Batman. Many thought that the DC cinematic universe is just going to move forward with Robert Pattinson, but as of right now, it seems like they are moving forward with both. Now, the CEO of Warner Bros. Did say that they are planning on cutting down on the amount of Batmans that they have. He pretty much said that the plan is for them to go forward with only one, but most don't know which one they are planning to move forward with. There is an insider who reported that Warner Bros. Were not too enthusiastic, or at least the CEO was not too enthusiastic about the Robert Pattinson Batman, and he kind of wants Ben Affleck to take over the role again. But at this point, it is still unclear whether or not that is going to happen. I think personally they need to continue with Robert Pattinson. I think he did a great job with the first movie, and I think he will do a great job taking the franchise forward as well. I do understand why there might be an argument for Ben Affleck to come back. They obviously want some level of continuity when it comes to the DC cinematic universe. They are now going to have Henry Cavill come back as Superman again. They obviously still have the same Wonder Woman, and although they are going to replace Flash, I can understand that for an upcoming Justice League movie that they might want to have all of the original actors back again in order for them to just have some level of, as I've said, continuity when it comes to the Justice League and the people who are playing their respective superheroes. James Gunn, who is the new CEO for DC, is going to have his work cut out for him. Again, I'm not sure how he is going to navigate the new actors and the new Batman and the new Flash that's going to come into the DC cinematic universe. He's probably gonna have to reset the entire thing. He's probably gonna just pretend that the original Justice League did not happen, or maybe there's a different way that he's going to be able to replace Ben Affleck's Batman with Robert Pattinson's Batman in the next Justice League movie. Although there is still many things that needs to be ironed out with the new DCU and a lot of decisions that still needs to be made in terms of who exactly is going to play what role, I do think overall in the great scheme of things, DC seems to be on a little bit of a rise while the Marvel Cinematic Universe just seems to be in a complete decline. I think at this point most people are over the try and tested formula of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. People are just not receiving the movies as well as they should be anymore. For me, the MCU ended with the last Avengers movie, and I think that's where it should have ended. I do understand that they want to continue to push out movies, but this whole Phase 4 just hasn't been that great in my opinion. Although I did obviously enjoy the latest Spider-Man movie, I also enjoyed the latest Venom movie. There were a few that was just a complete disaster. Morbius was one of the movies that just completely sucked. I did miss a lot of movies in Phase 4 that I originally would never have missed in Phase 3, and I think that all just comes down to the decline of the overall cinematic universe. Like I've said, people are kind of tired of the formula that Marvel is using, and some of the new shows that they are bringing in is just not very good. It has nothing to do with the actors and the actresses. The writing for these shows are just absolutely terrible. I do hope that they can eventually bring it back again. I still think that there is a lot of potential within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I also think that it is going to be an uphill battle for them. For the DCU, like I've said, they seem to be on the rise. They are in great hands when it comes to James Gunn. I think he's going to be able to bring the DC Cinematic Universe to a new height that we haven't seen before, and overall I think most people are very enthusiastic and excited in terms of what's going to be on the table going forward for this universe.